Like sometimes it seems that I hate what I'm doing maybe, but I like that it's hard. I like that I have to push through. Would be super boring if it's super easy all the time. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm bringing you along for another week here in Barcelona in my apartment and on my journey to build my brand and my agency. A lot of challenges ahead. We're relaunching our online shop. We had some issues with our supply chain and I'm being drowned by work with the agency at the same time. Other than that, we do have some major issues with the brand right now. It's crazy. It's always something new, but that's just life right now. I love this challenge and I can definitely see how it's going to turn out in the next few months. Just follow along and you see how it's all going to turn out. Besides, I do love the journey. But yeah, glad to have you back. We have to tackle a bunch of things. There is some bad news about the brand. One of our ingredients did not pass the lab test. So we only use the highest grade in quality, and for that we have to have it tested by an independent lab. And yeah, there was one marker that did not meet our requirements, and therefore we cannot use this batch. Therefore we cannot produce, and therefore we cannot reach another goal in May. So we're trying everything to get a new supplier for that ingredient, but it's just super hard. Each and every one is struggling to get more cacao. It's crazy. And yeah, worst case scenario, we cannot sell anything in April, which is a real setback because in April we wanted to reach another revenue goal, which would have been 200,000. Was definitely possible, but not if we're not able to produce, you know. So yeah, definitely a blow, but we have to work it out now. Also, it's definitely telling us that we need to be less reliant on one product. Like we know we can scale this product to at least 500,000 per month without even internationalizing, but not if we have all these issues with our suppliers. The problem with the cacao is actually really bad. Just nobody's able to source it anymore. We have 3 partners who are sourcing cacao for us, but none of them has anything right now. But it is what it is. You have to be a stoic if you are building something. Anything that's not under your control, you just have to accept it. And probably the only way to solve it currently is to buy it not in wholesale, but in retail. So paying much more, because the issue is there are still a few people who need to get our product. They already paid. Yeah, we did something what you usually wouldn't do in e-commerce. We sold without having anything in stock because we were planning to be producing at that moment already. But as I said, didn't pass our lab test, and we cannot have them wait for another month. So we probably gonna buy cacao in retail now, which is super bad to say the least, but it's still better than refunding all of those clients and making them unhappy. Anyway, having my shake now. It's my energy optimized dinner and afterwards I'm gonna go to boxing. Gonna go with a friend. I wanted to do martial arts for a long time again. When I was small, when I was a kid, I was doing jiu-jitsu. That was a lot of fun, but for some reason I never got into martial arts again. So I'm looking forward to do a new kind of sport. It's also gonna be nice to focus on something else and not having business in my mind the whole time. Good day, everyone. It's already lunchtime and I'm looking forward to eat on my balcony for the first time. And I think I've also not shown you yet. It's a bit loud, but it's an amazing addition. I'm so happy to have it. In the afternoon, the sun is coming from this direction, so I'm able to get a little bit of a tan here as well. Yeah, I think it's too loud, guys. See you later. All right, done eating. So, what are we doing today? It's now 1 o'clock and I don't have many meetings, which is nice, which is amazing. Currently working on an online shop for a client. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that the whole day, just until our meeting, which is at 4 p.m. Yeah, definitely gonna do something else in between as well. Yeah, there's no day where I'm only working on one project. Today I'm touching like 5 different projects, but focusing on 2 different projects. Mainly that one online shop, which I want to get finished. There's not too much left anymore. Having a client meeting, or a meeting with the client at 4 p.m. But until then, I'm also gonna work a bit more on pace. As I said, plan was to relaunch the online shop as soon as possible, but now, yeah, we have these huge issues with our supply chain. So the plan actually was to really bump up marketing again for May, to be able to reach 200K in revenue, which sounds insane still for me. Like 200,000 per month is something we dreamed of a year ago. So, but yeah, scaling is basically postponed until the end of May, which means, yeah, what does it mean actually? I'm not sure yet. We still have to figure that out. Usually, I mean, now it's the 30th of April. Usually at the end of the month, I'm setting myself some goals for the following month, and probably gonna do that tonight to, yeah, find focus again, because so many things change on a monthly basis. But that's normal. Like, you have to be flexible, you have to navigate and realign your compass on a regular basis. But that's what makes it interesting, you know? It's never getting boring. Not gonna leave the house until the evening. And tomorrow, weather's gonna be nice. It's a holiday, so I wanna go play beach volleyball. But I can only enjoy that if I really focus today and get shit done. So yeah, gonna power through now. And talk to you guys later. Yeah, this week is not easy. It's another week of grinding, getting projects done that are in the finish line, to be able to finally work on the things that I actually want to work on. So yeah, it's hard right now, which is an important thing to memorize. It's only right now. That's actually a good trick you should have up your sleeve. If you add right now at the end of your sentence, you quickly realize that nothing's permanent. So if you're having a hard time right now, or if you're having a bad day, or if you're feeling tired right now, if you're feeling not motivated right now, it's just a thing of that moment. And it's gonna get easier as long as you're trying. But yeah, I'm gonna tank some vitamin D now, do another deep work session afterwards, and then time for a little walk and a lower body workout. In the evening, I'm gonna study a topic which I am finding extremely interesting these days. I mean, I'm interested in the topic of AI for a long time. If you know my TikTok channel, which you probably don't, you would find that I did videos on AI almost 4 years ago. but these days it's getting crazy, especially image generation. And the most interesting things you can create when you're not reliant on the closed source models like ChatGPT or Midjourney and so on. So yeah, these days I'm studying that topic at night, trying to get better at it because it has a lot of potential for my business. Especially in e-commerce, there's just so much content that could be replaced by AI, but you really need to understand the technical side of it and know how to work with the open source models. Probably gonna give you an update on that as soon as I have a functional workflow on the specific kind of photos I want to create, because that's gonna be a game changer. Yo guys, how is it going? All right, just came back from the supermarket. It's the 1st of May and today is a holiday, not only in Spain but also in Austria and Germany. And it's a bit of a weird one. It's, if you translate it, it's the day of work, but by celebrating it, you're not working. For me, it's different. I usually don't care about holidays. Like, just because today is a holiday, I'm not just not working. I actually prefer working on holidays because I can, yeah, it's just much easier to go into deep focus mode without anybody disturbing you. And I can do the things that I love to do, which is working on my projects without anybody disturbing me. So yeah, that's what's going on today. I'm also gonna use the time and shoot some video, not for the vlog, but for the brand. Last weekend I already did so actually, like we needed 2 videos for the product page, but after recording it I realized the lighting was shit and also the background was shit. Yeah, sometimes it makes sense to record it just another time, especially for these kind of videos, because if they're bad, people will see it and think the brand is low quality or the product is shit, so it makes sense. Hundreds of thousands of people will see that video because of all the traffic we are buying. So it makes sense to do it right. That's what I'm gonna do today. Also, I'm gonna work on that side project that I told you about, AI image and video generation. It's really interesting, but it's definitely not easy. Obviously, there's a lot of services out there, like plug and play, you just use them, and you pay like a monthly fee or a usage fee, but these are just not cutting edge at all. These are like, yeah, easy, but also the outcome is just definitely not what I'm trying to work with. So gotta do the hard way and learn about the technology and use the tools that the developers use. That's what I'm doing today. I mean, I've done a little bit of it, but besides that, I'm also taking it a bit slow. I mean, it is a holiday. I do work, but I'm taking it slow. Like, I slept a bit longer. I'm gonna take my time when I'm eating. I also did my laundry, cleaned the apartment. Forgot what I wanted to do actually. I wanted to make myself a shake. Frozen mango, avocado, banana, protein powder, oats. That's gonna be a good one. You're not gonna feel like you need rest after that lunch, which is nice. When you want to work afterwards straight away, you need something that's light on your stomach. Later I might go to the gym again. Not sure if it's open today though. Let's see. I'm on a good streak when it comes to the gym and fitness these days. Like, there's also ups and downs. Sometimes there's periods where I only go like twice a week. These days I'm going 4 times a week. Plus the boxing, which I feel like is gonna be the perfect addition. I've tried yoga as well for a long time with many different studios, but never gotten really warm with that. Those studios always were kind of not my thing. Yeah, if the weather would be great, I would definitely go out for a bit of a volleyball match, but today it's cloudy, so I'm not gonna do that. Just gonna focus on the work that I want to do. Because you know, I'm quite a simple guy. All I need is my computer, some internet, and some undisturbed time, and I'm happy. Avocado. Fuck. Sometimes when I'm super hungry and I feel like I haven't had enough calories for a day, I'm also putting olive oil into the shake. But these days I'm not trying to gain weight. If any, I'm just trying to maintain it. But if I were in a bulk, I would put some olive oil in there as well. And if you're super strict about your health, you would even leave away the oats, unless you're sprouting them or fermenting them. But we do have some incredible news regarding the cacao. Hans actually managed to find somebody who's able to provide us with enough cacao for about 2,500 pieces, or like units of our product, which is not even enough for a whole month, but we are already waiting for another shipment that comes in 2 weeks. So that's gonna be enough to bridge that period of time, which is amazing. Like right now, our product is put on sold out, which it was never before. We were sold out before, but we let people still buy it because we knew in like 4, 5, 6 days we are gonna be in stock again, because we never wanted to be sold out completely, because we don't want to like kill the marketing and then start campaigns completely new. That's always kind of a neck breaker. So yeah, through my last video I also found out that there's cacao in the Philippines. Somebody pointed that out. There's a special cacao there, which is very interesting. So far my research tells me that it's a special sort of chocolate that they're famous for in the Philippines, and it still contains the so-called chocolate or cacao butter, which gives it a bit of a different taste and composition than the cacao that we need. So for us, it's, I don't know how you say it in English, but it's, you say entölt, which means basically without the oil. So it becomes powder, which is usually used for stuff like we do. But it just depends on the processing, you know? But I didn't know at all that there's cacao growing in the Philippines. Apparently the Spaniards brought it there during their colonization period. Usually it grows in Central America. Because that's interesting. There's another reason for me to go to the Philippines to research that, maybe even visit some cacao farms, see how they process it. But in the end, we need a certain standard for our powder at a certain price. So if it's 50% more expensive just because it's from the Philippines, it doesn't make sense for us, because our customers, they don't care where the cacao is from, as long as the quality is right. They have no clue where cacao is from. Straight up facts, they don't care. But they would care about it if we actually showed them where it's growing, what kind of people are farming that, who's like post-processing it, who's fermenting it, who's like dry. Like the whole process is very interesting about making actual cacao powder. And if you could show that, that would bring a lot of value to the product, perceived value. But right now, if we just say it's from the Philippines, or if it's from this or that country, they wouldn't care. It only makes sense to tell about the country when you can actually show them something about it. Otherwise, it's just a random fact and it's hard to process. All right, that was my lunch. I'm gonna go back to work, guys. Nom nom nom.
Mona mona mwenye alungangumba mona mona mwenye soyaweza mona mona mwenye alungangumba.
Good day, everyone. It's Friday now and already the afternoon. And yeah, I'm just keeping my head down, trying to do as much as I possibly can today, because I want to have a good weekend, want to relax a little bit. Apparently the weather's going to be nice, so I want to be able to finish everything by today. I'm going to start editing today, probably going to finish tomorrow. I mean, at least that's the plan. And now I'm about to film the retake for our video for the brand. Camera is already set up over there. I'm gonna stand here. Super random, but I promise it's gonna look clean. Might even show you some clips now. Im heutigen Video vergleichen wir Pace Brilliant Kakao mit den bekanntesten anderen Herstellern am Markt und schauen uns vor allem die Inhaltsstoffe an. Welche Unterschiede gibt es generell bei den verwendeten Rohstoffen und welche Unterschiede gibt es speziell bei der Dosierung und der Qualität? Almost done editing the video for the brand. Finally, fuck, I've had footage 1 hour long. Gotta edit it a little bit more to make it look a bit more crispy and nice. And then I'm done. And yeah, it's amazing. Then actually we can launch the new online shop next week, combined with the fact that we have the logistics back in our hands. Seems like May is gonna get amazing for the brand. So eventually it's not gonna be a whole month of laying low, but actually we can finally increase our marketing budget again and crush some new records. So that's amazing. Yeah, I do have some more things to do. Like after I'm done editing that video, I'm gonna start editing that video. And then afterwards, I'm gonna go to the gym. So yeah, Friday is gonna be a long day, a long night still. Yeah, slowly but surely making progress. Again, not nearly as much as I wanted at the beginning of the week. But it's always the same story. Like you always overestimate what you can do in a week, and then you underestimate heavily what you can do in a year. So I know I just have to keep going, put in the work, stay consistent, and then in a few months I'm gonna look back and think, holy shit, how much has happened. So that was always the case, which is, yeah, I'm just gonna trust the process and stick to the roadmap. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciated all the comments and the answering to my question regarding the Philippines. Probably gonna come back in October. Let's see about flights and accommodation. So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, also on my to-do list for today, still going through all of the applications. There's a bunch of them, so be patient, please. I'm gonna answer all of you. Not gonna ignore you. Yeah, see you next week. Bye bye.